So we got ourselves a Scooty Puff Jr. here. So far, so good. What's going on, majestic creatures of the internet? It's your boy Chuggabucket007. How is everybody doing today? So, as you guys know, September 17th of 2020 is a pretty big day for the Stormworks community, myself included. And it took some effort, okay, to figure out how to build this. Alright, it took a lot of effort to figure out how to build this thing. But we have a single cylinder modular engine, which is capable of generating power. If I hooked up a generator to this thing and all that, and it would generate power. Here's another one that I was working on, trying to figure out the problem. I think the problem is literally right there. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, I'm pretty sure. I am pretty sure. Somewhere in here is the problem. So if I try to run this one, nothing. As you can see, nothing. But we got this one over here, and this is the format that this thing has to have to work, in my experience. But we're not really interested in this one per se, but we're going to go ahead and build one to show you guys how to do it, and then we're going to figure out how to jumbo size it and put it over in the ship, which is somewhere over here. Is dark. Yeah, the ship is over there. We're going to try to get one that puts out a tremendous amount of power, and also prevent it from sounding like this. That's enough. Alright, so let us begin. Alright, folks, so as you can see, we've got the engine as it's set up, like so. There are a couple of differences between this guy and this guy. For one, this guy's got a bigger fuel tank than this fellow does. The radiator's pointed in a different direction where you can't use the clutch. There's no alternators on these two, as I plan on using these after the ship is powered up, but we are going to try to figure out all the systems. Keep in mind, this is an experimental branch, so you have to go into the development setup to actually do this in the beta section of the game. So you have to right click on that, go into the properties, and go opt in for the experimental branch to get these parts now, I'm pretty sure. But there is a world of potential, and we're going to try to exploit it. Also, just like I did in my other videos, I still am recovering from something, but luckily I'm not really coughing right now, so hopefully that's a trend that sticks around a bit. But let's see. Did I do this right? See, that's where I went wrong, right there. If I do this, modular engine, and we're going to go through these parts in detail so everybody's on the same page. I just wanted to see if that was the part I botched, because I'm pretty sure I did. Alright, and then we put that on there, and then we could put the, we'll put the fluid exhaust on here, and we're going to do an experiment real quick just to see if I can get that engine to run as well, because if so, then we have two different variations. There we go, there we go. This one's telling us our RPS on the engine, which if it got much higher, this thing would explode. It's at 30C, so it's already pretty high. We don't have smoke coming out of it yet, but we do definitely have the fluid. And I put the pumps on here just to force more air and water and whatever other kind of fluids we can get on here. But neither here nor there. This will cause the engine to die, which very good. So starter and a button. So we can starve it of its air and its fuel at the same time and make it die quicker. So let's go ahead and start designing one of these. Alright guys, so we have two versions of this thing working. This is the more simplified version and the more complex version. The complex version, if I hook up a generator to it, we should be getting a power reading, and we're going to go ahead and do an experiment to see if we can keep the battery charged off of this. We're going to find out if a single cylinder is enough to charge a 12-volt battery. That's basically what the objective here is. As you can see, it's at a 0.99 blah blah blah. Let's see. And more importantly, do I have that setting turned on? There we go. So we engage the clutch. And honestly, I don't know if the engine's going to withstand having a generator. So one of our objectives needs to be recharging that. I want to see if this thing is going to stall out, because that's going to determine the kind of engine that we design. If it can't run with the throttle on the clutch all the way up to charge up a single battery, then this design is not going to do much good for us. It should generate about 4 RPS by itself. I don't know how much power the modular engines have, but we are going to figure this out. As you can see, we are definitely losing a little bit of power over time, and I could think of several ways that we could overcome this problem. Predominantly, we're going to take this simple design here, which I will have on my workshop for those who need it. If they want to take it apart and disseminate it on their own. I saw a design from another channel that was like this. I'll have this entire platform on my workshop. That way you guys can take it apart, do whatever you gotta do, learn from it, all that, and it should be fine. So let us go ahead and start the engine building process. I'm actually gonna do something taboo. Get these out of here. I need to take everything I do not need for this off. So, let's see. Radiator needs to go back on. Fluid needs to come back. The exhaust needs to come back. Let's see. Tank. We're just going to put one over here so we can copy paste it. But now we need the modular engine parts. Modulat. Alright, so the first thing we're going to need to do is throw down one of these crankshaft pieces. We're going to go ahead and do a 4-cylinder engine, just for the sake of our sanity. We're going to need that. We're going to need the starter. We need the intake manifold. We need the coolant manifold. And I guess we could throw the clutch. Alright, cool, perfect. So, what we got right now is the crankshaft, cylinders, clutch, coolant manifold. Excuse me. The intake manifold, and the drive belt, and the starter. Let's go ahead and throw this manifold in place, throw a starter on top of it, and keep in mind we have to have these little boxes right here. If the part has a bottom like that, it needs to go on that assembly. Now, next thing we need to do, we need to throw the cylinders on. So now we have the effectiveness of a 4-cylinder engine. And then basically taking a look at our model here, we are going to want to do a couple of things. We need engine manifolds for days. We're going to want, well, we need to throw this on first too. Just like so, kaboom. Alright. And unlike the model over there, we're going to want some pipes. So figure out what A and B are. As always, I'm going to go with my color coordination. So blue is cold and red is hot. Pretty self-explanatory. We'll put that right there just for now, for the sake of the demonstration. Now, what we need to do is have the intake manifold, so that's going to be set to air. So let's go ahead and snag a length of pipe here, throw this up, and take our fluid right there. And we're going to modify this a little bit. We're going to make it towards about tall enough to have the fuel pump or the fluid pump be able to force air into the engine like a ramjet or a turbocharger or supercharger rather. And yeah, we'll call that a supercharged intake if we put the pump through. And then on the other side of that coin, we need to have, I'm gonna say, ram it through back here and here. And then we are going to put the manifold. Keep in mind that you see these 4 little holes? Those have to be connected to other things with 4 little holes. So if you try to put a normal pipe up to this, it's not going to work. And if you put this to a normal pipe without adapting it, it's not going to work. So that's the other thing. So the exhaust manifold straight would be what would convert it over to the normal pipe type. And then we can go ahead and put the fluid exhaust on. So that completes that. Let's throw this this little guy on there. Yeah, the clutch. And then we are going to grab this again. We're going to run this. Grab us a generator real fast, just like so. And then grab that. And this is going to give us our sum total. Well, it might not give us a sum total, but it's going to give us a total. Alright, let's connect that together. Let's hook that there, and then RPS can go to that. That should give us a RPS reading. Let's see. We'll put this here. We'll put that there and that there. And we're going to name that clutch. I don't know why everything's in caps. Throttle. We're going to go ahead and throw all these things on here, of course. And then a battery. Now, we've got most of the engine in place. I don't think it needs to have the pipes like that, which is really strange, assuming what it is. But I'm not going to question it right now. But we are, however, going to get us a fuel tank and then run the tube all the way over. Get us one of the elbows. And this is why it's so important to have other parts around to help you out like this. Because, you know, going into the menus is a giant time killer. Okay, so we got air, we got exhaust, we have the coolant, we have the ignition system. So we should have the all important parts of the ignition process: the fuel, air, spark. We need to have a throttle on that. We need to have the starter connected. Make sure everything is powered. So let us go ahead and give this a shot here. I like how that thing is just like, oh my god, I'm overweight. Okay. Oh, there we go. RPS rating. Now, what's going to happen? So the clutch is doing nothing. So let us discover why the clutch is doing nothing. Whatever that was. Okay. Ah. There we go. Alright, let's try it again. Let it get up to its operating speed. Alright, so we're going to see what happens if we give it a little bit of time to stabilize. So we're going to go ahead and come back to this in a few minutes. Maybe. Actually, it might be less time than that. Hold on. Yeah, it's stabilizing. Okay, so we didn't really have to take any time at all. So 4 of these cylinders in this configuration, exactly like this on a small generator, it will net you at 100% throttle. It will get you 83.62 RPS on the block and 45.86 power output. So 83 to 45 is the current ratio for a 4-cylinder. If we drop the clutch power, of course, say to that all-important, there we go. We should get a little bit more power out of a halfway engaged clutch. I mean, I could see that really damaging this if this was the real deal. But we've got 84 point, we'll say about 85, 86 when it stabilizes. The fluid pressure is negligible. Let's see, what's the temperature reading? Wow. 376 Celsius. So if this was actually running in a normal engine configuration, this thing would have already exploded like several times, which you can assume because of the nature of the engine. But let's see. Okay, so the clutch is disengaging a lot slower than the yeah, like I thought. Okay, so we know that this, in its current form, isn't going to survive just by the fact that it hit 300 some odd Celsius, which that's way above atmospheric pressure boiling water. Because 100 Celsius is boiling water, so 200 Celsius, that's double that. That's superheated water. You're going to want to have a very, very good coolant system hooked up to this thing naturally. So if you hook this up to something, make sure that you got some way to cool this. I'm planning on finding some way to put this inside of a water jacket. But the whole point behind this video is to show you guys how to build one of these. I literally just figured out how to build these, and then I was like, okay, let's extend it, see what happens. I don't know what the significance of these being empty like that are. I'm assuming it can't be that big of a deal, or else the engine wouldn't have ran according to the logic of this game. So, yeah, if you have any questions, be sure to leave them in the comments down below. You can ask them to me on the Steam Workshop, where I'll be uploading this entire thing here. What you're seeing right now is going on the workshop right away. Those of you watching this, be sure to like the video, share it with your friends, share it with the community, of course, and be sure to like it, comment, subscribe, all that kind of good stuff. And as always, it's your boy Chuck It, signing out. You guys have a fantastic rest of your day, wonderful evening. Take care of yourselves, the ones you love, wash your damn hands, and wear a mask. And I'll catch you majestic creatures of the internet next time. This is Chuck It signing out. Have a good one.
Yeah.